Hello! So today I'm going to be going over 6 things that I learned from Dr. Strangelove's lectures this semester. The first thing that I learned about was the value in listening to all sorts of different ideas. I found that listening to ideas and ideologies that oppose you and challenge you allow you to obtain a better understanding of others as well as humanity and the world around you, which in the end allows you to understand yourself better. The second thing that I learned about was how human societies all have sexual aspects to them. So things such as fashion, art, architecture, films, technology, design, and power are all sexual and they all have different coded gender roles within them. I learned that there's basically a politics of gender in everything that we encounter, and it's interesting to see that underlying sexuality in all the different societal structures that we've created as humans. The third thing that I learned about was how workers' rights that we currently have are due to the work of laborers in our societies and our cities. I learned about the way in which the upper class manipulates the lower classes and how rights are often awarded after the oppression of workers, and it's due to workers' rebellion against this oppression that we are afforded rights as people to basically keep going. The fourth thing I learned about during this semester was the importance of acknowledging evil when being confronted by it. I learned about how evil is destructive in both politics and societies, and that in order to fight against it, we don't have to fear giving offense to it when we see it in politicians or in people in our day to day lives. The fifth thing that I learned about is how thought is social and a social process. I learned about how thought is created through our societies and how we interact with one another. And in the current capitalist societies in which we live in, it's important to harness your own form of thinking and your own thought. And this leans into my last point about how the last thing I learned from this course that was most important to me was learning how to think for yourself and how to engage with yourself. Through field reports and through lectures, I learned that thinking is a skill that ultimately needs to be developed. That you must engage and force yourself to engage with all sorts of different sources and ideas and different trains of thought. And that you have to consistently feed your mind with all these different sources in order to learn where you stand and learn how you think and learn what you value. And that comes to the end of the 6 things that I learned during this course. It was a really fun course and I really enjoyed it. This is my last semester of university, but I just wanted to say thank you for being such a great professor and having such a fun class for us every week. And yeah, thank you so much.